much more than the palms and the sunny beach. Learn how to make it in Miami with iJolie.
What's up, Miamians? It's your neighborhood, iJolie, and this is how to make it in Miami. Today, I'm at iKrave with the CEOs, the Vandykes.
This is Eric.
Sheena Vandyke.
Can we start this interview off with like a successful or a mantra you guys live by, or something that you know, get you going?
Yes. You crave, I crave, we all crave for iKrave.
I would assume that's where the name iKrave came from, or did it, or how does that
No, it didn't come from that. I came up with the name.
Really?
She came up with the name.
Okay. So we was coming up with names. We had like 3 in mind. Well, I had 3 in mind. And at first it was like cheap spot, and then Eric was like, it is not about you.
Yeah.
I said, okay, yeah, you're right. And then I was like, hot plate. And then he was like, I like that. But then I'm always in my phone. And then I look at marketing. I look at different strategies when we were coming. Because, like I said, the small I, it means a lot, like everywhere. So I love iPhones. I love things that begins with different other names that I have seen. So I was like, what about iKrave? Because, I had just had a baby not too far before we opened up the restaurant. And he was like, yeah, you was craving a lot, but go to sleep. That's not the name. And I was like,
yeah.
okay. And then, so we went to sleep. He woke up and he said, that's the name.
I like that.
And
So how long have you guys been in business?
almost 4 years.
4
March
years.
10th will be 4 years.
Where is this first location?
Is it Wynwood?
I like to say Wynwood.
But it's
It's Liberty City.
Wyn City.
I like that. I like that.
Wyn
Wyn
City,
City.
yeah.
Look what I came up with.
Wyn City.
Yeah, Wyn City.
So it's stuck in between.
We're located on 4799 Northwest 7th
Seventh
Avenue
Avenue.
and 33127. And that's where they can find us.
How late can I eat oxtails and grits?
Current hours are 7 a.m. to 9 p.m.
We got another location coming soon. Hopefully in about 3 to 4 weeks, that's going to be to 12 a.m. Down the street is bigger, more parking. We're going to have beer and wine.
Yeah.
So we got the mimosas and all that good stuff.
Yeah, we're growing.
And how do you find staffing? Do you have to put out ads? Is it family? Like how does that?
Sometimes we put out an ad, but the majority of the time they find us.
They find us, or we put something on IG that we're hiring. We have a marketing team, a great marketing team that also helps advertise it on sponsorships on the social media outlets.
How do you come up with like the recipes? Do you have like a chef? Is it like your favorite dish? Like how does that go?
The menu,
is very small.
I came up with the menu, some of the menu, right?
Yes, you did. But
I can't cook, though.
however, it's all my recipe. So as long now we do chef specials, things of that nature, but everything that's on the menu is my recipe, and the chefs just follow along. So that is, what a part of franchising. That's what the franchiser will get.
So your recipes, do you say like, oh, chicken need this amount of salt? Because I know sometimes like a restaurant, it started off good down here, but when it started like expanding everywhere, like the seasoning wasn't as well, so it was like.
Okay, this is the thing with that. This thing with that. No matter, it's not the owner's fault and all that. No matter what the recipe is, you're gonna always have chefs, 1, 2, or 3, or 4, think their recipe or the way they do it is better. You feel what I'm saying? So that's where the problem always come out. So that's the thing. Even with us, we want to expand a whole lot down here, but that's what's kind of stopping me because I just feel like I rather have the quality versus the quantity.
Yeah.
And again, you can't be there watching everything. So even with us, sometimes we have a little slip up because the chefs might think like, oh, man, the way I do it is better. And then now we get to see on Facebook or something like that, oh, y'all must have new cooks. But they supposed to, the same cooks, they supposed to follow the same recipe, but they tend to think that, they've been doing it for so long, some of them, they think they're way better. That's what everybody think,
That's
my
any
food
chef,
better, this and that. So that would be the problem with the recipe thing. They supposed to
kitchen,
follow the same
recipe,
thing.
But people tend to still do it the way that they want, and then when we go and correct it and things of that nature, but it's gonna since I've been in business for almost 4 years, it's like people still want to put an extra salt, or they not even paying attention and add an extra salt or extra this or extra that. But they supposed to follow
Yeah.
the recipe, but it's
But that's the thing with us about doing the Hispanic thing. I'm very scared with that because again, you can't be everywhere at the same time. And they like to do their own thing, and then that's how things go down.
Do you have to have any licenses to start a restaurant business?
yes, you how we started our licensing process. It's really it's easy but hard along the way because you learn about the bumps and bruises along the way. But yes, you do have to have licensing to cook food and serve food. You have to pass inspection with hotel restaurant. You have to pass inspection with fire safety. And then it's like a 3-step process, but it's not hard as long as you do what you need to do and do it the right way, correctly the first time.
Don't cut no corners.
Don't try to cut corners. If you try to cut corners, they're gonna steer them out of the way, and then that's why it takes so long for other restaurants to open up because they try to cut corners. And then once you do that, it's like now you 10 steps back, and then you won't get open because actually, I'm gonna tell you one thing. We signed our lease January 10th of 2018. We were up and open and with our license less than what? 2 months.
2 months.
We opened up March 10th, 2018 without a business plan. But like I said, it's hard work, dedication, and following the rules. That's the thing.
You said earlier that you was a manager of somewhere. Do you think that had made
Oh.
an easy process for you?
Being a grants manager, yes, because I didn't have to hire an accountant. I do my own books. I don't pay for that. I pay the Florida Revenue because you have to sign. It's different things because you got to pay the taxes. So I think that was very beneficial for me because it allowed me to know like where my money is going, how it's being spent, and nobody telling me what I need to do and how to do it. And I account for every dollar. So being a grants manager, it do help on that back end so that we can budget the right way to keep it going.
So if somebody was to say working at a regular 9 to 5 and then they wanted to be an entrepreneur, would you say that working a 9 to 5 gives them like, some type of leverage, or should they just go straight into entrepreneurship?
I would say work at 9 to 5 long as possible. Don't just jump out there to that entrepreneurship until you're ready and have extra funds. And you gotta have extra money. Don't just jump out there.
You gotta have that surprise money.
Yeah.
I remember when we were all the way to the end, the finish line, and right before we were supposed to pass our last inspection, to say, hold on, this was never considered a full service restaurant. It was just fast food.
Oh, yeah.
And guess what? We had to kick out that surprise money to convert it to a full service restaurant. And then that's when we learned about, you have water sewer that's Biscayne Basin and this and that and da-da-da. I was like, what? But, like I said, you gotta have that surprise money because that's not gonna hurt you. And we're just talking about, like for far as the restaurant. I'm not sure about anything else, but you gotta have like that surprise bumps and bruises because it's not just, okay, I wanna do it, but making sure that you have the financial stability behind it because that helps a lot.
Yeah, you gotta have tough skin in this business.
You said about the money thing.
Yeah.
Do you have to get a loan to start, or did you start with save money or credit cards? How did that
It's all of the individual. We had money saved up. We didn't have to get a loan, but there's nothing wrong with getting a loan. That's the way you have to go. That's the route you have
And
to
many
take.
people turn you down when you're not a established restaurant. Or a business owner. Many people turn you down because it's like, it's a risk.
Yeah.
So many banks or many people don't try to offer you money when, because when I was trying to see, okay, do you need a bank loan? When I was doing my research, a lot of people turn you down.
Yeah.
So by you turning, your risk.
Yeah.
So now, once you have something to show, now these big,
doors
doors open
for
for you. Now they looking for you.
Yeah.
But many people are scared, like that's the banks and things like that. It's not easy to get a loan. It's not that easy to get a loan when you first try to establish or open or try to get a loan for a new business. It's very hard. But once you start getting them transactions in and things of that nature, now they come looking for you. But You know, I think that saving and you know, doing what you need to do, it can work out.
You want to have this like a household name, or do you like have plans to eventually sell it?
Oh no,
Well,
no,
we're
we're
not
not
selling
selling
this. This
it.
is blood,
But-
sweat,
but
tears.
as of now, yeah. And we don't have
Yeah.
plenty of offers, but
Yeah.
um,
Oh no, yeah, this is something that I think as a business owner going into business, I can go in my account. My son can go in our account and they can get whatever they want. You know, when I was working for somebody, I ain't never see the account. I never was I was able to budget when I was a branch manager, budget on making sure that we're passing, you know, what we need to pass and things of that nature. But I can never go in my old job and say, give me $1,000, give me 200,000. Now I'm able to say I can put my son on the payroll and he can go in the account. That's big to me. Being able to start something for our kids that I can go and get what I need for them at any given time, that's a blessing. Like, that's why I say, like, I always commend him for stepping out. And when he told me I had to leave my job, I was scared. You know, I was scared. And then, cause you know, like to me, $60,000 was a lot. You know, like that was great money. You know, working for a nonprofit. And then he was like, "No, it's time. You gotta resign." I was like, "What? You told me I ain't gotta quit, right? You know, cause I was still working." And he was like, "No, listen, a boss take risks." And then I went to my computer and I resigned, and that was the best decision I made. You know, but you sometimes, you know, if you get that push, or you're able to have somebody in your life to push you in that way and not try to detour you for the wrong and look at the bigger picture, is a blessing. I always say thank you. I always tell him thank you. Like, I'm very, very grateful.
How do you work more on not being so hands-on, or is that even possible?
Not possible yet.
Yeah, it's not possible.
It's not possible yet. You have to be hands-on. You have to know
'Cause
everything. Because at the end of the day, if your chefs walk out on you, you still got to continue.
Yeah.
If your managers walk out on you,
Still gotta
you
continue.
still got to continue. You got to know everything, to the recipes, to knowing how to fry some chicken, to know how to do everything the right way, knowing how to pass inspection when the inspectors walk in here at any given time. So you got to be hands-on.
Or have you bumped into any hardships dealing with maybe a chef quitting on a certain day where you had to come in and put your chef down?
Oh yeah, we did a lot of that. Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes.
How was 2020 for business? I know some people you either did good or you either did bad.
Or you lost everything.
2020. That's it was great.
Pandemic.
Oh,
I
we
just
did
wanna say
better.
COVID.
Yeah.
I'm sick of saying that.
Yeah, it was
We did
great.
better.
Yeah.
We didn't even have to close. We just had to make adjustments because we couldn't do the full dine-in thing. But we actually
good,
did
good.
better. Like, we had Rural Central Kitchen find us. We did things for the superintendent, the Miami Dolphins.
Miami
we did
Heat.
the Miami Heat.
Yeah, that was our best year, to
That
be
was
honest.
that was like really our best year during the pandemic. Like, so we really did really well.
Is that when the truck came more into play, or was the restaurant more the focus?
No, we already had
restaurant,
the truck because we were on the Port of Miami. So, you know, when we had the Port of Miami going on, so we had the restaurant hours going on, and then we were at the Port of Miami, you know, for the cruise ships and things of that nature. So by us being out there, we already had the truck. But then, you know, when the pandemic hit, it just went flatline. But then we started using the truck for the different
events, stuff
things
like that,
and you know, give back the food and things of that nature. So
Would you say like your concept of iKrave, did it change from how you started and how it's going?
Oh, I think it's still the same concept.
I think it's still the same concept, but with a better mindset.
Yeah.
Yes, like we're here to stay. We left a mark very early. It's not like I said, we never sold food, so we left a mark. But like I said, it wasn't done just us. It took a village. It took a village to get to where we are. So I just feel like, you know, you go hard or you go home,
Yeah.
basically.
So you said a full service restaurant or a fast food. What is the difference?
Full service is when you have the waitress come to your table, take your order, because now you're dealing with a lot of dishes, all of that. It goes into your licensing. So if it's fast food, it's just takeout only. It's cheaper to get that than being a full service restaurant. So now you're kicking out more in taxes, your local business taxes, and all of that, because all of that comes into play. How much you're gonna pay at that table before you're open.
Okay. Do you offer catering services?
We do. We offer our food truck to go to the special events. We offer catering service as far as making, the dishes that they want, but we don't have full service catering, but we sell it by the pans as well.
Or how we find you guys?
Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah. _iKrave.
Yep, and then also they can find us on our website, which is iKravefood.com, and then you can request catering service, food truck service. You can request, anything, like if we're hiring at that moment, you can go on our website and also apply through our website as well.
So I know you said that you guys have food trucks. Is that like an expansion to the store? Is it really beneficial?
It's very beneficial because it helps us along the way, even when we have like our contract work. Like say for instance, when we did the Surfside, we were able to stay open and then also take our services down to Surfside to help, like when we were feeding all of the firefighters, the officers, the task force, and that was very rewarding. So, it's just an expansion to what services we can do.
We're thinking about going to North Carolina, Raleigh, something like that.
Yeah, it's in the works.
Yeah.
So basically, we are offering, franchise. We do want to start the franchise thing, but definitely we do want to expand.
Yeah.
So having like a franchise and starting a business first quarter, do you have like a mentor or something? It's like
No, it's
No,
me.
we don't. Yeah. We just, the thing is, I think people learn, and not everybody, but people learn with hands-on. And like I said, I did not have a plan in the beginning, but now we have a plan. We can show what we make, what your profit is going to be, and this is all learned, and this is all best practices. That's just like if you work in the grant, you got to make sure that you abide by different things so that you can get paid. And that's just like I said, I brought it on to what we're doing now, so I know this is what you should make, this is what you're going to kick out, this is what it should look like, as long as you do what you have to do and you watch what you need to watch, and and then not only that, customer service. If you're good to your customers are good to you.
Hold on, Eric.
Because if we didn't have customers walking in here, it would be no iKrave.
Any advice?
Yeah, make sure you have that money saved up and don't give up.
Yeah, don't give up. Go hard. I feel like if we did it, you can do it.
Yeah.
I feel that if you are determined and that's something that you want, and you want your business to succeed, you have to go hard. You have to put in the hours. It's no sleep. You're gonna sacrifice. If you're willing to sacrifice, like our kids have many nights that we was not there because we were trying to open up and working hard, or not we're there physically with them, but we sleep dead tired because we're working 16 hours, 20 hours to try to be successful. But we had to sacrifice that time, and now they understand.
Yeah.
And so if that's something that you're determined to do, go for it. I believe anyone can do it. And if they need help with anything and I can help, my services are free. And we are the owners of iKrave.